once more into the breach. Oh gosh, what the heck is going on with your floor, elf? This does not look healthy by any stretch. Oh geez, Annihilator just popping around with those blinks, making things a little bit sketchy for sure. In fact, that's something I should probably be a bit more cautious of here. Enemies. Oh geez, choked on my own saliva. Oh, hate that. But enemies who blink out of the way of orbs of destruction seems like a nasty problem that we might have to deal with moving forward. Something to keep in the back of our minds as a contending factor at the very least. If you could get blasting there real quick. Level 20, beautiful. And no real good spells added into our list with that spell book, but that's fine. Not exactly in the market for it, unless we could get ignition without needing to pay for it. Then I'd very much be down, but again, small goals here. Let's not ask for too much. At the end of the day, just survival is good enough for me. And that should be just about all of Elf 2. Holy moly, just breezing on through. Fire magic up to 8.2. So let's find this ignition book again here. I can afford 704. Mostly because I don't have that much of a choice, but regardless, I think that that's an acceptable cost in life here. Take me away, boys. Back to the snake we left behind earlier today. And we will buy you, my friend. Perfect. Add ignition, and let's see, what is it looking like here? Still at 100% failure. That's not looking super promising, unfortunately. We'll see. I think we will go down to Elf 3 here. I don't know how I feel about clearing Elf 3. We'll see what kind of layout we get, I guess. If it's one of the fortresses, that's not too bad. We have the room to play a little bit. But there are definitely some nasty outcomes here that will not quite go as smoothly as we might hope, or at least I would assume so. And so it begins. Especially, yeah, damnation from these sons of guns is a huge concern for us to keep an eye out for. As long as we can close the gap to them or be next to other enemies at any given moment, then we should be okay. Not the end of the world. Okie dokie. But we'll see if we can manage that, really, at the end of the day. Because, again, yeah, damnation. Not good, folks. Not good. There we go. You standing next to me, on the other hand, I'm very much down with. Oh, that's going to be more archers than I planned for. Especially if I lose statue form at an inopportune moment. Come on, Spellforge Servitor. I mean, wonderful work. In your last breath, I think you did manage to take out the threat, so I appreciate it. You are a great friend, and I appreciate your sacrifice. I hope they remember you. Please, just one of these not hit the wall, or not, that's cool too. We'll instead just have to retreat a wee bit there, just a smidge, and come at you again. There we go. Oh, hello there. My demonic friend, goodbye. And rinse and repeat. And I'm feeling statue form far more often than I would expect to. 4%. I mean, I cast it a lot, I guess, so that is fair to say, at the very least. Still a bit of a shock, though. Not exactly ideal. We'll definitely bring you back into the mix. Even though it's slightly terrifying when we again have teleporters around, but that's fine. A wee bit of drain, not the end of the world. Okie dokie. Once more, off into the wild world, shall we? Oh, that's probably the way out. And damnation, not good. Not everything I hoped and dreamed of. But hey, this is not a bad spot to have to deal with any incoming opponents. Very much happy with that. Ooh, if only I could wear armor. Actually, minus telly? Never mind. Garbage. But this seems to be end vault if I had to guess. Could be wrong, but I think that's a decent assumption to make. Let's crawl back here real quick. Yep. Those crystal spears definitely hurt. No, it's not damnation, but it's pretty much the same issues in terms of our general survivability. So something to keep in mind, to say the least. You met my friend, Spellforged? He's a pretty cool guy. Get absolutely wrecked. Wonderful. Something so satisfying. It's not quite at the same tier as, like, launching some of these Orb of Destruction back into their own face and murdering them indiscriminately, but it's up there for sure. Jeez. So I take way more damage than I mean to. Let's swap over to a different stairwell and reset that fight, shall we? That should be a bit more manageable. In fact, you're already dead. I think there's something wrong with your suit of armor, my elf friend. There's a dead elf in it. Any one of these gonna make it through? One made it through. Heck yeah. It's that the dream is real. And once again, let's see. Any orbs of destruction gonna make it through the gauntlet here, the one wide diagonal? Oh, it doesn't quite seem to be the case this time. Please? Please? No? Sometimes I really don't know what's going through the heads of my summons. Sometimes they're just brilliant and do all the work for me. I'm barely lifting a finger. Other times we see that happen. 2 scrolls of acquirement to function. Now that is a tough pill to swallow for sure. But how are we doing? Fire magic is up to 10. So please progress. 99%. I mean, I did just ask for progress, and it did in fact progress. I don't even know if that's going to be up in time for it to matter, and I'm going to feel foolish for even bothering to train it, because it seems to me like we may actually just have to deal with what we got here. Be happy with it while we're at it. Oh, geez. That is a lot of ice here. Do you do freezing cloud? You do. Huh, that's... I never knew that. Why didn't you tell me, Jenny? In that case, let's leave, first of all. First and foremost, I should say. Get the heck out of Dodge. Jeez Louise. Did they upgrade those sons of guns? I feel like elementalists used to be more of an annoyance than any real threat. And yet, here we are now. Absolute pain in the rear. And, okay, let's just play this a little bit slowly here. Just make sure we're not doing anything too ridiculous by accident. But otherwise should be okay. Hello again, my friend. I might as well try one final blast. Nah, do you know what? Let's, again, play it a little bit safer here. We can even head down. No need to summon my servitor up there. Kind of forgot how the spell worked, but there we go. And no, I would never fire in the way of my own servitor. That seems ridiculous. To have a, betrayal of trust like that, just unacceptable in my books. We do not compromise on friends' lives. That's our mantra here. As we slowly but surely clear our way through Elf. Definitely been a wild ride. And no need for me to try anything silly there. Let's just get the heck out of Dodge until your summon is gone. Blast you away. Perfect. Oh my gosh, one of these days you'll not blink directly out. Perfect. Okie dokie. Well, I mean, we're definitely slowly but surely making progress here. We're doing something. Okay, I was about to say, where's your leader? And there they are. You son of a gun. Get the heck out of here. So now are we close? Seeing everything come to bear? I feel like we've been making enough noise to cause all of our friends to come join us in the commotion. So that's nice, at least. Okay, Master Archers. This is where things get a little bit potentially dodgy. I'm gonna add my own Orbs of Destruction into the mix. Oh my gosh. Never mind. You know what? I feel like I'm not even doing any of the heavy lifting here. Keep it up, my friend. Holy moly. Attaboy. And that should be just about perfect. Slightly concerned about that, son. Ring of Protection. No, thank you. You, on the other hand, shouldn't be too much trouble. Yeah, I was afraid that you'd catch up to us pretty dang quick. At least we can bring out the Spellforge Servitor again. One last time, for good measure. Focus down the Demonologists themselves, of course. And that should do the trick. Fantastic. Okay, we're definitely slowing down a little bit here, which is good. It does give me some security for, you know, staying alive, so that's nice. How are we doing, I guess? Not getting the experience quite as fast, which is to be expected, seeing as how that's quite literally how things work in that department, but still hoping that we can potentially get a nice chunk of change as we finish off the area, as well as potentially getting the loot required to make life easier in the future. You know what? No, let's not wake up a Master Archer until we're absolutely ready. Drop another one of our many duplicate rings here. And not too shabby. As long as these elves come right next to us or far enough away for us to launch an endless slew of Orbs of Destruction. You know, one or the other, either or. I'm not too picky. I'm a generous cat. Then I'm happy though. And okie dokie, is that really, that's the end of all things here, hey? Excuse me, friend, if you could, okay, that does the trick. Thank you, I appreciate it. Appreciate you and everything you do for us here. Wonderful. We will take the lightning rod and then continue to pick up the last of the loot. Oh, looks like we probably would have gone ignition from that last book. It had fireball, which could be a lower level fire book, but I wouldn't have been surprised if it wasn't there. Whoopsie daisies. And we are still a heck of a long way off, 89%. So, for now here, let us go to Depths 1. I don't know if I can trust auto travel to not bring me somewhere dangerous. I guess I've blocked off all the worst routes through hell there, so should be okay. Should be fine. Please take me, yes, to this stairwell, the only safe stairwell in existence. Perfect. And let's see, how is the rest of the area going? Oops, I actually meant to immediately focus fire this Troll Earth Mage, seeing as how they're the ones that could ruin my day. Oh, and similarly, this Shining Eye has got to go. What the heck hit me? Why's that hard there? Mostly, oh, just claws, hey? Just claws and bites? That's it? Huh. Well, it dealt way more damage than to be expected. These Sun's Guns are hasted, which is a bit of a problem. Okay, we have one life. You have like 25 health on you. Is it worth me just irradiating? Hoping I murder? I think that's about all I can do. We kill one troll. Don't quite kill the second. And you're mited up. 27 damage, claw twice for up to 20 each. guess this is like 3d7 or something, the Ice Blast, right? 3d8, so 24 damage. Probably kills. And then I can leave. Wonderful. Okie dokie. Oh, definitely should not waste magic bringing in the Spellforge Servitor up here. My bad, my bad. Just murder both of you. Get the heck back out of there real quick. And maybe even head to a different stairwell temporarily. Let's go to somewhere hopefully a bit safer. Maybe I should bring down my failure rate on statue form. I'm feeling it way more often than I thought possible or necessary. It's not grand, for sure. Not exactly ideal. Okie dokie. I currently have corrosion resistance. Let's change that to cold resistance, please and thank you. Just in time for our lovely ice dragon friend here. And then we can also change that to protection from fire as the molten gargoyle comes. And there we go. See, it's the cycle of life. We've got a good thing going. We do not want to be LRD'd by an earth shaman, so we'll definitely pop out of there real quick. And let's explore this last stairwell and see if it's looking even more promising than the others. About the same. Or so it would seem. And not too shabby. Let's just blast you. Unfortunately, they do decide to LRD us instead of stepping in, which I was kind of hoping they'd step in. That felt a bit more manageable for my side of things, but hey, not the end of the world. We'll finish you off and start dancing around between stairwells here, just playing it a little bit safer when possible at the very least. Perfect. And not bad whatsoever. Great job, my friend. Oh, there was a Zot trap. That's weird. I was like, what the heck? But you know what? That makes a certain amount of sense. Let's just murder you real quick. And you as well, my friend. Okie dokie. Well, definitely no slow movements here on Cataly Portman. Constantly fighting with death itself here, but does seem to kind of be getting under control slowly but surely. One near-death experience at a time. Oh geez. That's a lot of new friends. We have 5 teleports now, so we've actually managed to pick up a decent selection of them. Let us read one now. Oh, they're no longer on the same key, right? That makes sense. And that way I can just irradiate these sons of guns without too much worry or care about it at all. Fantastic. And perfect. Now we can just start from square one again, and we should be okay. Maybe. These fire hogs definitely pack a bit of a punch, huh? Let's try that again, shall we? At least they can't swim in lava, so we have a bit of recourse here for the future. And there you are, my friends. Perfect. And we'll just get back to exploring here real quick. Nope. We've learned our lessons. We do not engage with any fancy... Gosh darn it. What was a man to do? Suddenly Seymour. Well, let's finish off these sons of guns. Close that. Say no. Say no to doors, folks. Ooh, what about you? Definitely potentially a lot of damage, but I think I can actually just murder you. Should deal enough damage output to be able to do it at the very least. If I meow for attention. Okay. Okay. That hurt more than expected. You're not even at half health yet, huh? This might go more poorly than I expected. Hopefully I just murder you, though. Get blasted. Okie dokie. Nice little bit of experience at the very least, and we'll finish off the last tiny bits of the level. We're moving on to Depths 4, Fire Magic 13. Oh, I picked up a Manual of Stealth. Huh. How about that? Well, let's bring some of our friends in here real quick before radiating them to Kingdom Come. And then finding a stairwell that's not any of that nastiness. Hopefully this one's a little bit more flexible, a little bit safer. Nope, it's also pretty much a neighbor. Cool. And I keep miscasting every spell I try and bring it into effect here. I think that means that I'm gonna have to pop upstairs real quick. At least the majority of you died in the final throws there. So that's kind of neat. Happy to see that. Is Lich still alive? Lich, please. Perfect. We won't take any risks. We'll run back up for a heal and then come back down once more into the fray and should be pretty much good to go here. Fantastic. Thank you, Spellforge Server, for watching our back as always. You're a true friend, really. And Ice Dragon dead. Oh, Fire Giant as well. Ooh, and a dragon while we're at it. Hello, my friends. Did not realize there were going to be multiple new buddies to make here. Whoopsie daisies. It's weird because I could almost not go statue form against these ice things, because then I at least have my fur to give me the cold resistance. Yeah, I'm not sure where I land in the grand scheme of things there for having some measure of AC versus that resistance. There we go. Level means more intelligence, which hopefully brings us a smidge closer to having Ignition well and truly castable. Definitely hope so. Okie dokie. Scroll of Fear, I definitely need to pick back up. We're kind of getting to the point of the game where we won't really be facing enemies that it's effective on, but still very happy to see it. And let's try not to step in the way of my own Orb of Destruction again, or my friends, I should say. Perfect. And not too shabby. This is how the rest of the floor goes. I think we'll be okay. No promises. It might get a heck of a lot worse, like there, where I get hit again by my own Orb of Destruction. Oh, you and I need to work on our teamwork a little bit. I think, you know, we're great friends, but as work partners, there's some work to do so we're not hitting each other with spells, my friend. Okie dokie. Shouldn't be too shabby here. Is this the only area? I guess there's still some more floor. If we start heading back to what seems to be the entrance of Zot, maybe we'll do a quick turn. Let's block that off, and let's finish the rest of the level first, shall we? Just in case there's something that changes our worldview to a huge extreme. Earthen Tomes, are you the Crystal Spears? Living Spell, what are you? No, you're Petrify. Oh. Well, I hate to break it to you, kiddo. That's not going to do a heck of a lot here. I appreciate the effort, though. I really do. Okie dokie. That hurts real bad. Let's try that again. Jeez Louise. The return of the Akhtar captains. The fight is never over, I guess. And perfect. You're doing great, kiddo. Keep it up. Oh, did they actually? They might have killed their Draconian now that I think about it. Huh. Attaboy. Only good Draconian is a dead one. Not true, of course. Let's not be reductive. Draconians are not, in fact, a monolith. Though they do suck. These ones in particular, I should say. Okie dokie. just about done the level here. I'm sure there won't be too much for us to deal with. Fantastic. And in fact, there we go. Okie dokie. So, do I just go for the slime rune as is? Never get ignition online and instead just waste all that experience for an effect that will never see the light of day? Down to 50%. Unfortunately, it's kind of looking that way, ain't it? Well, let's head to slime and see if we can't potentially reinterpret the events, see how things are going, pick out a bit of a strategy for moving forward here. First of all, switch off fire resistance for corrosion resistance. Second of all, murder any and all slimes that come into my vicinity. Hate to do it, but just needs to be done, unfortunately, in this day and age. And here we go. Let's see how chaotic things get immediately here. I will blast you all back just a smidge. I don't know how the slime dodged my Orb Destruction there. Maybe that was actually my partner's Orb Destruction. That would make a certain amount of sense. Let's magically map. Oh, we're real close. I am very shocked that we didn't already start a bit of a party here. I mean, it's not too late, I guess. Still could be visitors arriving. We'll give it a moment. Okay. Now you definitely need to get blasted. Thank you, Spellforge Servitor, for dealing with my problems. Skin functions as natural camouflage? Huh? Okay, more stealth. Interesting. I can't continue to get this lucky, though. At the end of the day, we definitely need to start being slightly more concerned about any future mutations, because the more good mutations we have, the worse it will be when we eventually have to overwrite some of them in a desperate attempt to remove some terrible ones. So there is that to potentially contend with in the future. Okay, I'm glad we killed the enemy so that the Orb of Destruction didn't have time to pull the Yui. Jeez Louise. Yes, Spellforge Servitor giveth and Spellforge Servitor taketh away. Okay? My cup runneth over with the Orbs of Destruction. And be most of the area clear. Let's actually do quick little peeks up all these stairwells so that we have safety to retreat to in the event of an emergency evacuation. See, even rock slimes, though, just get absolutely nuked by Orbs of Destruction. You do love to see it. But okay, that's relatively safe there now. We can get back on the road. So on and so forth. This will be another stairwell to do the same. I'm going to stop moving around so I don't accidentally walk somewhere I shouldn't. Oh, and this one's actually very close to previously explored territory. How about that? I think us dampening the noise of our surroundings is actually the only reason the Royal Jelly hasn't already come a-knockin'. I was very confused, but thinking about our current mutation set for a moment, I feel like that has to be the case. Really the only explanation.